Well, hi there, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Winning Ways, where Laf and I, in the hot seat as usual, got back from Johannesburg. Pretty good sale up there.
Yeah, you could buy the good-looking, well-bred horses. The big guns were there to buy them, and they went. I think 2.6 million was the sale topper. No, it was good, and you could buy off the bottom. I thought there were some nicely bred horses at the bottom.
There were definitely horses that you could buy, but we'll chat about that later. We've got 3 to follow, and we're going to go straight into that. Well, here we go. Let's go with the first of our 3 to follow. We go to Turfentine, and 16th of August, that was Saturday, the last race at Turfentine. We've had this filly on our show as a 3 to follow after she won her maiden, but this filly looks really special. Let's go and have a look and pick her up at the start of her winning an open company.
Yeah, her name's Moyart. There she is there. She's an Australian horse for Sheikh Hamdan. And slow at the gate. She's a little reluctant to get rolling because she doesn't know quite what's going on. But Anthony Delpesh gets her, and not taking on the greatest field in the world, but the manner in which this horse wins suggests there's a lot to come, James.
Well, she's parked off on the fence, so you can see her second from the left in your picture in the white epaulettes with the striped cap. Now she's getting herself in the race, and not that far off them. But she absolutely gives them a complete hiding. There's one running off the track here. He's going to Super Quick. No, Super Quick in Johannesburg.
Super Quick?
Yeah. When you turn up, there's a
Oh, you need super leathers. Yeah. Poor bloke at the back's gone. But there were 4 horses like Silver Sharma, Bella Coco. They ran good races. But have a look. Anthony's getting this horse into about 6 now on the fence. She's realised what it's all about. And I like the way Anthony gets her clear run up the stretch. It's a long straight at Turfentine. And in a matter of strides, you realise this filly could be going places.
She certainly looks like she's got some ability. It's really just a matter of her getting a gap, which she finds now. Strides through the gap, no problem at all. Comes up the outside. I think that was the cock phoning just to say that we picked the wrong horse, but I think that's the right one. Watch her canter pass.
Yeah, look at this. This is the way that you like a horse to win races. The hallmark of good horses has always been acceleration, and it's clearly evident here. The horse down the inside's trying hard, but this could have won by another 6 lengths. Really, just Anthony looks both ways, lets her down, and the rest are looking for second.
Yeah, she's a Sebring filly. She should get 2,000 meters on her head, and she'd probably end up being an Oaks filly. I'd studied her form long term for the Oaks, which she's just now won 2 in a row very easily. We're going to the next one. We're going to Kenilworth on Saturday as well, and the Snaith yard is full of good horses, and this looks like a nice filly. She took a long time to get going. Let's pick her up at the start. Yeah,
I think she's a dynasty filly, James, and sees the throw, and she comes out not too badly, bumps horse next to her, but doesn't know what's happened once the gates are opened. And it's Carl Nisius. You'll see the white cap. He says, come on, girl, get into the race a bit. The rest are going off at a good gallop, and it's quite a good pace. Got a couple behind her. She's got the white pom-pom on the white colours, but doesn't know much about racing, James.
Well, you see that when she turns for home, she just has no idea. She has to ease off the heels of the horse with the red cap in front of her, and she's now cantering in behind them, but she's just all legs, this filly, and you'll see she's got no idea when she gets a break down the inside on the way home.
Yeah, for a stage or two, you seem to think, well, she's travelling well. Cole's got her to relax in the race. But most of them are travelling well, apart from probably the last horse who's getting a niggle or two. The rest are all on the bit, waiting for the stretch sprint. And the front 2 get away here, James. They make a bit of a dash for it. And I think it catches a few of them flat-footed.
Interesting was the betting. She was 8 to 1 in the betting. Now, this stable, if they can run a bit, there are enough people out there that know that they can run. And she's obviously hasn't shown them that much at home. She's now really all over the place, got no idea. She seems to be making no ground at all, and she gets a split right up the inside. She goes past the horse of the red cap. But here you'd believe she's still not going to get there.
Yeah. Luckily she got ahead of the horse, the red cap, because they both got a bump. But here the penny's starting to drop. It wasn't the outsides coming home, but she gets second. She runs a cracking good debut. And this has got to improve a long way.
I would think when you start getting her over a mile plus, she's going to be a pretty nice filly and certainly worth having a close look at in the future. The next one we go to, one of the first we picked off the poly track, well, we did pick the grey filly, which we'll chat about later, but U-Bolt from Steve Stalise's draft of horses, Garth Puller. He had another in the race, which I think was more fancy than this, but this came out the best of the two.
Yeah, this horse is drawn very deep. U-Ball doesn't know much about it. It runs in Steve Stalise's and Peter de Marini's colours. They bred it. It's right on the outside, and it unfortunately has to run the whole race from a wide berth. Can never get in. And bear in mind, there are some quick horses here. We had Girlfriend showing in the black cap going up quickly. Your eventual winner is Chris Van Niekerk says 7th Virtue. That's about 7th, 8th. But widest of all is this horse U-Bolt, who really puts it in up the stretch.
I think this filly, 7th Virtue, is quite useful. I think that she's better than her form suggests. She won pretty convincingly. They went a good gallop here. The favourites in front and bowling along, and it had very good form, but I'm not sure that you know, 7th Virtue wasn't the better of the two. But watch this filly right on the outside, pulls a stick in the right, Callum Murray, now gets going, but he's still got 3 to make up, and pulls her off the horse on the inside of him. She runs on well.
Yeah, sparkling debut, especially on the surface. She's come home well. She's eating up the turf, and you remember the name U-Bolt from the Garth Puller stable.
Well, that's one of the bolts that you've got to keep a look on. I don't think it's as good as Sebastian, but let's go and have a look at what we've got in Blast from the Past.
Who's
now,
Sebastian Bolt?
Was
do you mean
brother.
his cousin Usain?
Yeah, he's someone's cousin.
Okay,
brother.
okay.
Yeah.
Just getting the family right,
just,
you know.
Just trying to throw a spanner in your works, which is not difficult. But it's very easy to do this time of the morning. Blast from the Past. We've had many, many requests to go back and relive some of these great blasts from the past that we showed really early in Winning Ways. I think that these were the beginning of Winning Ways, Lap.
Yeah, this is going back 7 years or so. And James, very, very funny.
Let's go and have a look. 1971, you'll remember the race.
It's June 1971, and once again the greatest race in the Republic and the greatest name in cigarettes are programmed to get together. June and the final preparations of the July runners are being keyed up at Summerfelt, Natal's beautiful training headquarters. From the clubhouse, expert eyes watch the handicappers at work. Some on the grass, in the bright early morning. Others in the sand. The dew's on the turf, the air's fresh and invigorating as dawn breaks. What could be better for the human soul? And Morris Nathan answers, stopping in bed. Trainers, jockeys and racing folk just have to rise early. But the state president does so from pure interest. And one fine morning, Summerfelt was graced and honoured by an early visit from the Republic's senior statesman. Escorted by Durban Turf Club chairman, Mr. Bamford Stewart, and steward, Mr. Jim McIntosh, the state president asked to meet the Summerfelt manager, Mr. Downey du Toit. As the party stood on a handy observation hill, one was reminded of the French Revolution, the Republicans riding high and the aristocrats running below. It was rumoured that the state president had visited Summerfelt to have his card marked for Saturday, but the truth can now be revealed. He was there to choose a few fresh nags for the police-mounted bodyguard at the next opening of Parliament. After the gallops, the party strolled down to the stable yards to see some of the more prominent runners. The state president with his equerries and Messrs. Bamford Stewart and McIntosh. Their first traditional relic encountered was the laird of Summerfelt, with his winter coat. He promised Mr. Fouché he'd have his hair cut before the race. Sid Laird shows off Mazarin, a colt that many say will not stay the July course. The reluctant president is coaxed to pat Mazarin. He hesitated only because in a long and illustrious political life he'd been bitten before. Like all visitors to Summerfelt, the president was impressed with its beautiful location and efficient layout. Here he's seen peering into Davy Jones's locker. If the mountain won't come to Muhammad, then the president's not too proud to see Davy Jones. Mr. McIntosh stayed outside as an alibi in case anyone got kicked. Many of the country's best horses were paraded for inspection. One horse was late in arriving home for the show. This was obviously night out. George Azzi overslept and came in for some chaffing, which doesn't worry him since he's got his own personal chaff cutter. And you can watch out because he's got his own horse cutter too. As the golden grain pours down the chute, George yells, "Any customers?" And he gets an affirmative nod from Pagan Chief. A check into the equipment room discloses a rack full of saddlery, harness, and the president's party playing poker. Gerald Lee chases them all back out into the stable yard for a further inspection. These are the training stalls in the yard of Freddie Rickaby. And here's a general view of the Rickaby domain, with the Rickaby string being walked around at exercise. Now to Sid Laird's Sea King Lodge, and what he's seeking is his 5th July. For the second time, Sid promised the president he'd have a haircut. But racing, as we all know, is a serious business, and here Jocanti gets care for an infected eye. Applause whispers that he'll do better than last year. And Faritas reminds him that Mazarin's in the race. The farrier tends to a famous hoof as he fits Mazarin's racing plates for the big handicap. Mazarin playfully bites the hand that feeds him to show the warm bond that exists between horse and trainer. But still they say that Mazarin won't stay. Will you? Ha, ha, ha. Well, watch yourself, because elsewhere in Summerfeld there's a horse running around telling everybody that he'll win by 100 yards. And they're away. First to break the line was the blonde head of Blonde Sailor. But after a few strides, Trampoline shot to the front. On the inside, Flaming Star went ahead to take over and make the early running. Flaming Star from Trampoline, Knockwatch and Blonde Sailor. At this point, Mazarin's red and white colors can be seen about halfway back. Jockey Hayden urging him forward to a better forward position. To the drill hall, Flaming Star, Trampoline, Knockwatch and Blonde Sailor. Others prominent, Night Off, Anchorage, Smiling Through and Min Bridge. And at the drill hall, they go behind with the indicator board clock ticking off the seconds, and out they come, coming down the hill. From the drill hall, there's no change up front. Flaming Star is setting a fast gallop from Trampoline, Knockwatch, with Anchorage abreast of him. Then came Blonde Sailor, Min Bridge, Night Off, Smiling Through, Home Guard, Mazarin, Home Truth and Skyline. Applause and Coast Guard were in the ruck, and the back markers at this point were Chichester and Rack and Ruin. With approximately half the distance gone, Hayden moved Mazarin up gradually from 9th to 6th. And from here on, it's of best interest to watch the progress of this magnificent colt, Mazarin, with his red and white colors and white noseband. There in the center. He tucks in behind the leaders, allowing the likes of Flaming Star, Trampoline, Night Off, Red Sands and Knockwatch to mark the route just on sufferance. Approaching the hill in the final bend, Flaming Stars had enough, but Trampoline was still full of running. So Mazarin moved up. Mazarin outside Trampoline. Doing good work behind were Night Off, Min Bridge and Home Guard, with Home Truth and Applause improving. Coast Guard in yellow and green still halfway back and hampered for galloping space. Up there now, Trampoline on the rails, Mazarin outside him now running in second position. Night Off in third. And Mazarin goes out ahead. Turning into the straight, Hayden gave Mazarin his head, and he lengthened his stride like a champion. Trampoline still on the rails. There's Mazarin coming up now to him. Into the straight. And ahead he goes. Trampoline was beginning to tire from his effort at this point. Chichester came wide with every chance. Home Truth was improving, and at long last, Coast Guard was getting free from a closely packed field. In the race for home, there was only one horse in it, as Mazarin galloped like a powerhouse before a spread-eagle field. Home Truth was going well for consolation honours, and Coast Guard coming strongly from a forlorn position. It was all over as the 1971 Rothmans July went to Mazarin by 3 1/4 lengths from Home Truth, Coast Guard, and the second lead runner Applause. Mazarin on his own. So great was the throng and so jubilant the mood at seeing a great horse run such a copybook race that our cameramen couldn't get anywhere near the unsaddling enclosure till it was almost too late. But we did get a good view when Mazarin came out to claim his Rothman sash, attended by a near delirious and dazed Sid Laird and Mrs. Tenderini. What a July of records. Mazarin's time of 2 minutes 14, Sid Laird's all-time high of 5 July winners, a record crowd and tote figure, and the family achievement of 2 brothers winning the Met in the July in the same year. And on top of that, Sid had his haircut. On goes the sash. Photographers, this is a great occasion. Mrs. Tenderini goes in to hold the horse. And the crowd wants to see the victory canter. Here he goes. But what of the loose horse at Summerfeld who ran round telling everyone he would win the July by 100 yards? Ha! Well, he's still running.
Isn't that fabulous? Home Truth, George Azzi's horse ran second. What a race.
Oh, terrific race. Good to see that old footage from way back when you see what it was like. But the machines have changed. We haven't got those old oat crushers and we haven't got the chaff cutters, James?
Yeah, we'll be back.
Meter marker. She quickly makes up the ground, and just look at the grey flash with 300 to go. Grey Light, she's picked it up, and this looks to be all over as a contest. Grey Light with 200 to go, and with a devastating turn of foot, she's 5, 6, 7 lengths clear. And Grey Light, as expected, just a matter of rocking up at the races, putting her hooves in the right places by 8. Cousin Annie second, Jamboree, and then came Hickory Hill. This was always going to be a one.
Well, since her first one, we've really fancied this filly. So if you followed Winning Ways, you will have backed her. And you would have got even money on Interbet. You could have got even 11 to 10 at some stages. But what a price about a filly that had won on the Poly first time out in a common canter run and 2 Group 1s. She comes up back in a novice plate. Very good filly and a great price. 11 to 10, good plum. That's the Interbet Plum of the Week, and we're going to move on and have a look at what Bloodstock South Africa's current affairs have got for us.
We want to get the best odds on horse racing and sporting events. For every bet requested, we review all the bookmakers and select the one with the best odds. As a result, you always get the best odds. Interbet offers tote betting, fixed odd multiples, and betting with your mobile phone. To get started, all you need to do is register by filling in your personal information. Log into your account and start wagering.
Welcome to Current Affairs. No stakes races around the country, a lot of international racing, a lot of news coming out of Australia, England, America, and locally we had the 2-year-old sale up in Gauteng, James, and they turned over a lot of money.
Yeah, biggest turnover ever at the 2-year-old sale, 33.5 million. The top price was 2.6 million.
Yeah, that was a very strong let's say, race between two major parties trying to buy. I know Michael Leslie and Dean Canham had set their sights on buying this horse this Western Winter. And it certainly topped last year's best price of R1 million, 2.6 million, James, for a lovely colt.
Yeah, a really, really lovely colt. Well, he's a half-brother to ML Jet, and I know, I had dinner with Vaughan Marshall, who trains ML Jet, the night before he went through, and he said he's going home. He said he knows he hasn't got enough money. He says the big boys are in town and he can't buy the horse, which is, you know, he's made the family. It's a pity. Shame.
Yeah, he's got the big one.
Yeah.
He's got the big
He's
one.
got the one that can run.
Yeah, he's got the big one, and he paid, I think, 800,000 for Michael Leaf, so well done to Vaughan Marshall. But there was also some beautiful fillies on sale, and then Fastfontein, I thought, bought a beautiful filly that Chevrolet sold.
1.6, wasn't it?
1.4 million. 1.4.
Yeah.
I know that was quite a heated group as well, trying to get it right, and a lot of money going out there for this horse. But beautiful, beautiful, great pedigree.
You know, it was a very good sale, and congratulations to the Thoroughbred Breeders Association, Bloodstock South Africa. They put on a great show. They look after everyone fantastically, and I thought it was a marvelous sale. The big problem is that the big buyer in South Africa, Mayfair Speculators, wasn't there, because you know where they were.
Arcana. Yeah,
Arcana.
In Deauville, wasn't it?
Deauville, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, good to see that we got the figures back from that sale, and an Invincible Spirit horse was bought by Marcus Eustace's team, and they paid, what did they pay, 1.1 million euros for this horse, so we'll be keeping an eye on it, James.
Well, they could have bought a third of the prices, a third of the horses at the National 2-year-old sale, 1.1 million euros, which is 11 million rand.
Yeah.
They turned over...
euros. We're 15 million, James.
14 million.
14.5 to 1.1. Yeah, they could have got nearly half the horses. 15,
anyway.
Over 15 million. But well done to see that Marcus is buying horses. I believe he had a horse run second in a Group 3 race in Germany as well.
Well, I read the website, and Derek Brookman said that they're expanding their vision to race in France. They're going to have horses trained in France in future. And they wanted to buy a colt. They've been buying fillies, because they're thinking of expanding the breeding operation too. Yeah, I know. So they're big players. In Australia, they've become big players. Well done to Marcus and Derek. They really are. They've got their stallion Delaga Deluxe stands in Australia. And James, this is Invincible Spirit. It's a wonderful stallion. You know, he's the sire of I'm Invincible, the freshman sire champion in England. Is Kingman by Invincible Spirit? Yeah, he is. Kingman's by Invincible Spirit, and the leading freshman sire in Australia is by Invincible Spirit. I'm Invincible. Yeah, in Australia. Yeah, for the Mitchells, for Yarraman Park. But James, talking about Kingman, he won the Jacques Moreau. You know, and that's a fantastic race. It's the only horse who's ever won the two Group 1s, the Sussex Stakes and the Jacques Moreau, in 1 year. Yeah, it's interesting. It seems like they're ducking him. There doesn't look to be that many that want to take him on. And he's obviously very good. They say he found the heaviest ground he's ever found was bottomless heavy, which you can get in France, and he's still absolutely dawdled in. Yeah, there was some very good racing, James, as well. It's the Arlington Million, the weekend of the Arlington Million. And the Arlington Million, Magician, I think it was a Magician, I think it was the... Magician was the hot one from... he got beaten. He got beaten. He got beaten by Hardest Core, horse by Hardspun, who beat him over there. But there were some backup races, James, that were very, very interesting. Well, Adelaide won the Secretariat Stakes, and he now gets an invite to the Cox Plate. Now, Adelaide was recently sold. I think we told him last week or the week before, a major shareholding was sold to the Australians in Adelaide for the Cox Plate. Chris Waller's owners. Now, Chris Waller, Aidan O'Brien, I believe, is going to take this horse over for the race, and then after the Cox Plate is going to go to Chris Waller because his clients have bought into it. But staying with the Cox Plate, our own David Payne has got a very, very good horse here. He won the Australian Derby over there. It's a horse called Criterion by Sebring. We saw the filly of Michael de Cox and 3 to Follows by Sebring as well. And they're going for a Group 2, then into Cox Plate. So it's going to be a very big race. Well, it's nice to see David, you know, really doing well. And apparently he's got another horse that's running in France that they're sending over to him for the Melbourne Cup. He's a very good stayer, James. Caulfield Cup and Melbourne Cup. I saw that he was going to run in one of the big races in France before they shipped him out to David. So that's right. That's right. I'm trying to think who's got him. He's going out there for those big races. David said he's not
going further with Criterion, even though he won the Aussie Derby over 2-4. But this new horse, he thinks he can win the Cup with. That's wonderful news that David Payne could have a Melbourne Cup winner.
Well, it's interesting when we go to Aussie. We run into Wayne Aldridge, who does the insurance there at Magic Millions. We run into David Payne, Lionel Cohen,
Tim Roberts, James Bester, the Schofields, the Lloyds, the Frads. Talking about the Schofields, let's stick with them for a moment, James. Young Chad had a bad neck injury. Not that you get good neck injuries, but he came back and started riding and hit himself with 2 big suspensions, one on top of each other, and they've given him a month, James, which is appealing.
Well, that was from the Caulfield meeting on Saturday.
Yes.
Twice in the meeting, he's careless riding, they called it, and he's now got a big suspension. He's appealed against it because the severity, the 1 month they say is.
So we'll have father and son both under suspension at the same time, and well, let's hope they get themselves back on track because they're both doing very, very well, James.
The other guy who's got hit with a suspension is Naresh Jaglal in Singapore. He got a two meeting suspension, careless riding as well.
Yeah, that's right. So seems to be they're tightening up all over. Glenn, I know, is not happy. He thinks they're looking for me. He says that what I did once before, he went too fast on a horse and they gave him 2 weeks and he appealed that, and now he says they're looking for him. I don't know what the case is.
Glenn's got that type of face, you know. You always think he's such a smiley, happy fellow. You think to yourself, maybe there's something more sinister to this guy, you know.
Sure, he's a very, very good jockey. So that's the latest coming up. It looks like a lot of interest building up towards the Arc and towards the Cox Plate.
Yeah, I think that, you know, obviously those are the 2 big race meetings on the horizon. The Arc, the end of the month, I think that Phil and the boys are going, aren't they?
Yeah.
I know Julie Dittmer's going with Carol, which is fantastic.
Oh, wonderful. They've been out to Dubai with us. And yeah, I believe Michael de Kock has plans to run his horses there. He's thinking of stepping out Shay, Variety Club, versing Gitterix, horses like that. So it'd be wonderful if they race on Arc Day, James.
Well, talking about Variety Club, in the websites, you could see that Variety Club is being angled to Standard Stud, maybe in France, which would be a huge blow to us.
So Marcus Jooste really seems to be, I know he had been out to look at stud farms.
Yeah.
So he must be getting himself a stud farm now. He get himself a stallion, and he's got some mares, and he's bought this Invincible Spirit. So he's really spreading his wings.
Talking about a great supporter of South African racing, Team Valor, the Beverly D was won by a Team Valor horse called Euro Charlene.
Euro Charlene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Charlene, I hear Princess Charlene. Is it Princess Charlene?
No, you got me.
Of Monaco,
Oh,
you
okay,
bloody
yeah,
dumbo,
I thought
man.
she-
Wake up, man.
Princess
Jeez,
Charlene
this is
of Monaco,
This is
okay.
a general knowledge show, okay?
Okay.
Princess Charlene, I hear she's pregnant.
Yes, yeah, general knowledge, but it's been common knowledge. Think
Yeah.
of for months.
Okay, well, then the point is Euro Charlene, you had to back in the Beverly D.
Why?
Because the European Charlene is pregnant. It's a big
Okay.
thing, okay?
Okay.
So that Euro Charlene, she's a filly by my boy Charlie, that Team Valor own.
Aussie horse, yeah.
And they bought her in Europe. Now, the interesting thing about this filly is that she'd won a couple of minor races, and they took her over. The Beverly D was the plan. And Marco Botti, Team Valor, went over. Ryan Moore rode her, gave her a peach of a ride. If you look on ABC, you'll see the footage. It's absolutely fantastic. A great footage of the race. And she's by my boy Charlie.
Yeah, just talking about getting over for those races. The turf races in America have always been the easier ones to win. I was speaking to Linton Ryan. He was showing me the races, 500,000 Aussie dollars for turf races, Group 1s, Group 2. There's big money, and we can't get our horses there.
We can get them now.
Yeah.
You want to go for a long camel ride? That's how you get them there.
Yeah.
So like 6 months. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's worse than trying to cross the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Well, let's hope they start easing them and we can start getting our top horses to race.
but just getting back to this Euro Charlene, which, you know, I know you lost the plot completely on, but she cost £800 as a weanling. £800.
Just out of your budget.
Well, yeah, I would have been the underbidder on it probably, if it was rands. Okay. And then I think they bought her for about 12,000 at the sale. So she's not an expensive filly at all. And to win something like the Beverly D, pretty hot shot. That's pretty good going.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to end off, well done to all the Equus Award winners. It was a wonderful celebration.
Let's just have a quick run through them. Legislate.
The Horse of the Year, wonderful. It's a nice speech from Justin Snaith. All his owners were there, and they thoroughly enjoyed themselves and won a few categories. You know, from Natal perspective, Harry's son won Beach Beauty, Via Africa. So we held our own within a few departments.
Well, we've been saying for a long time, Natal is on the up. I think a couple of years ago, we never even smelt an Equus Award.
Well, you've got to remember, Michael de Kock's a Natal trainer, so Majmu falls into that category as well. So both juveniles came from Natal, which was good to see. And Joburg going to have to raise their game. Because Cape Town have got Horse of the Year again.
Exactly, but as I've always said, it goes in cycles, and I think that Natal's on the ascendancy. And the new boys are starting to move into Summerveld. I was speaking to Karen Anthony. We're going to have one of her big patrons on you're called Santosh Sukraj. We're going to chat about the Sukraj family, so that should be fun. But she just moved in this morning.
Jeffrey Friedman was at the track working his horses. He's just moved in as well. And no, they'll all be coming up in the next fortnight or so. The Clarewood boys will be at Summerveld. We'll be back with your call.
Well, there are many owners owning racehorses throughout South Africa, but one of the most distinctive set of colours that you'll ever see is owned by the Sukraj family. And we are very lucky to have been able to get one of the main men in the studio today, and I'd like to welcome Santosh Sukraj. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you so much, James.
How did you find pink colours?
Strange, It was actually chosen by my niece, Orishka. She just loved the pink colours, and we can go pink. Our original colours with Louis Coulson in the 90s, it was pink and white stars. So we were in and out of the game, we lost those colours, we couldn't get it back. So finally we got the pink with the red stars.
And you've pink is the colour. You got quite a nice motif as well that you put on the
yeah, GoldCircleRacing.
GoldCircleRacing. You're a family business.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and you guys, always been involved. You all like racing.
Yeah, whole family love racing. From our father's time, grandfather's time, is in the blood.
And were they involved as punters?
Well, in the early days, you take a jackpot for 50 cents. I can recall. The guys walked a total of 50 cents or 1 rand. It was exciting,
But you've actually been in the business quite a long time. When did it all start for you, Santosh?
Well, James, coming to the horse business, we started in the late 80s, early 90s. It's a long story. We opened a tire manufacturing plant called Bandak, and we were the first Indians out of 100 applicants. So we qualified, and we were under pressure with Bandak to put the plant up on time. So we put the plant in, then we were short of fire equipment and the sprinklers. So I told the lady, please contact those fire people, and she wouldn't come through. And she only got Hot Stuff Fire, it's owned by Stephen, I don't know what's his surname. And he came through very quickly to measure up, give quotations, and then he got talking that he had partners in his business, Dion Sampson, Andrew Fortune. We got more excited now. I came to meet a jockey in the 90s, early 90s. It's exciting. So they came in, they gave a quotation in, and they installed the stuff first prize, we just, because Andrew Fortune and Samson was, they didn't care what price it was.
Yeah.
Because we had to be with them.
You thought you'd get something from him later on.
Yes, that was the plot.
Yeah.
So they came.
Did it help you?
Yeah, big time. I'll tell you now. We're going there. So we installed. I gave him the check. So Andrew and Dion walked in, and we got chatting. I reckon, guys, I gave our business. What's in return? So Andrew said, no problem. I'll mark you a big 6.
Yeah.
And from that day onwards, I looked at Andrew. I could see is something genuine, you know. And to the computer form, it took time about the big 6. And he marked the big 6 for us. And it cost 350 rands.
Yeah.
That big 6 paid out 85,000.
You're joking. You won it.
We won the big 6, Andrew Fortune. And I think Andrew wrote some outsiders the same. He was riding. At that time his build was right, and we got the first big 6, 85,000. We got friendly. Then Dion's are talking about John Fox. They say, because of money, just buy a horse. The thrill, now we got 2 jockeys with us.
Yeah.
And then introduced by John Fox, we bought a horse called Flower Pot.
Yeah.
And that horse, it was actually a second-hand horse. It wasn't a maiden, you know. It won a race. So Gary Molloy won for us 20-1, and I think we made a lot of money. We gave Morris V a nice hiding, you know. We took 5 for 100,000. It was we made in that time.
You thought it's easy, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gary Molloy was very confident. As we stood there in Gravel night race, well, at that time I wouldn't know whether his race was made up or what. I don't know where he came from, and the gap just opened. He just put his head front. So to me, the results came in, and you don't go up. Just stand here. I'm going back just now, and just take me a monkey bet, you know, for himself.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of fun with Flower Pot. And John Fox was a very, very honest trainer. Yeah. That's the reason he's out of the game trade, because he's just too honest. Yeah. You know, other trainers, they find a way to maneuver and play around. So John Fox out of the game trade, but a very honest man.
John Fox is an interesting guy. His father and mother were very good horse people. David Fox, he owned stud, and his sister owns a stud now, the 4th stud up in
No, a very good family.
Yeah.
And then Andrew introduced us to Mark Daly. Yeah. And we had some fun, but aches and pains here and there, but we had some winners. Yeah. And then we made some wrong choices too. Yeah. John Fox offered us a horse called Nino's Minster. Yes. Nino's Minster, Gavin Van Zyl rided it. Yeah. And I believe so the horse went to the July. He ran in the July.
He was a very good horse.
We was offered the horse, but we chose the wrong one. He said, Nino's Minster is take it. Yeah. So my brother said, no, that breeding you don't like, and the family's horrible, and let's go there. Wrong choice, out. Mark Daly, although he gave us a horse.
Mark Daly talked you into the right horse, which was the wrong horse.
But he gave us the right horse, and we chose the wrong one. It went the other way around. It was called Third Fleet. Yeah. And the guys who bought the horse was Sonny and Nanda from Cargo Carriers. Yeah. They bought in after we said we took extra tax. And there are also a lot of stories. They're waiting for the rain. They're expecting rain coming tomorrow. It's got big hooves and big things. It's a champion, but never featured. It never worked. But we had offered 2 nice horses at that time. But we made the wrong choices. Yeah. Yeah. So we just went quiet for a while. We just concentrated on our business and improving, and then Andrew and his own way, and so we lost a bit of touch. So but Andrew Fortune always been with us.
Do you keep in touch with Andrew?
Up till now. Andrew Fortune, at times our business went downhill, but he always kept in touch, contacted us. Dale Sampson, as soon as he felt there's a problem in our camp, he just drifted away slightly. Yeah. But Andrew Fortune, to this day, he come to our house, visit us. He must pay a visit, you know. Yeah. Good friends.
He's a lovely man, isn't he?
Very good man. What I'm saying, he's a genuine guy. Yeah. He never have money. So like, he visits, he talk to our kids, he come with no shoes in our lounge, and but he's a nice guy.
He loves life, doesn't he, Andrew?
And he don't take it serious. Yeah. If Andrew take racing serious, there's no jockey can touch him. Yeah. I'll put my money down.
Yeah, no, he's a great
if he
rider.
Just concentrate his diet, good build, he's a horseman. He'll put Superman, Striker Stridham, all in the back pocket. But Andrew don't take it serious. Yeah. He's a fantastic horseman. Yeah. And as for Superman, he's fantastic. You know, like he rides for us. Yeah. But talking about Andrew, if he put his life together, and he lost a lot of good time, and time lost, you can't get it back. We can get money back. Yeah. Even God can't give you time back.
Quite right.
So I think Andrew made some of those mistakes in life, but a genuine somebody. And then Dion Sampson introduced us to Louis Cousin.
Yeah, who he rides for.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah.
And that was called Firebomb.
Yeah.
And that horse had some problem with the legs and 10,000 rand.
Yeah.
So I said, Ronnie, I told my brother, Ronnie, he's worth the chance.
Ronnie's your brother,
Brother,
isn't
yeah,
he?
I can worth the chance. 10 grand,
Yeah.
let's do it, you know. So I can recall that night, he put some jockey, I can't get his name, to run Gravel night race. And that horse took him. And Louis Cousin just took his coat. He left his assistant in the race course. He was gone, he was upset. Yeah. I said, Ronnie, it looked like Louis is handling us here. Yeah. I don't think this is a genuine horse. Yeah. But I took our words away. Yeah. So he took it back Johannesburg. Yeah. On the way, Val, he just gave it a run. Yeah. And then, at that time, we were punting with Morris V.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure I have a lot of money with him. 30,000, 40,000. So
you guys can have a bet if you want to.
Well, I'm not a big punter. With me, I'll come take a triple, double. I like to have some sightseeing in the race course, you know. Yeah, yeah. My nephew, he can put. Of his car, he's sly, he's shrewd, and he just offload the bag. So I'm not a punter, but I enjoy the game. Yeah. So Louis gave Firebomb a run at Val. Yeah. He put Striker up the night race, and this is a very, very interesting one. We got a call from Louis Cousin, please go to a jockey club and sort your colors. The horse is ready to win. Okay, what's wrong now? We clean the jockey club. Morris V posted us for 500 rands. But my money was sitting with him, 30,000, 40,000 discount. For 500 he posted us. Louis said, please go do what you need to do, find this man and sort it out. The horse is ready, I got strike on the horse. Ronnie had to run in circles. You know, the Tattersalls in Chatswood somewhere. Yeah. You got to find his house at Morningside. Yeah. Ronnie for knocking his door like a beggar. Please, there's a money here. Phone jockey club. Yeah. But can you imagine a man who have all your money in his hand, but just for 500 rand, you see your horse running, he can't even bless it. If it wins, I get paid next day.
Yeah. So now what happened? Okay, you ended
so we
up
paid,
sorting
and the horse ran, and Striker came smoking. We backed it. Yeah. Big time too, we made money. It was 7-2.
Did you back it with Morris V?
No, Morris V, I believe so he's on calls now. Yeah. I'm setting one for him. Yeah. On the jump, I'm going to give him one. So he'll leave him one side, he'll get his day. So but few others he had in Chatsworth. He never knew we sent the punters there. So we gave him few, he felt us. But I'm waiting one on calls to hit him one.
On calls.
On calls. Because 40 grand of money you always handle, but for 500 rand you post us. We're under pressure. Louis, he's got a temper problem. He's mad. You know, he's got his horse ready and he's. So finally, Striker won the horse. Eric, this horse is a very, very nice horse. He'll don't go to Hollywood, but we'll have some fun. And Carrot Fullion sat in this horse. It won for us. And whenever we took Striker, we took Carrot Fullion out of the horse and put Striker. Fullion came with the horse and beat us. Striker came second. I don't know how many seconds we had, but in about 12 weeks, I think we made 200,000. And we won a listed race. But whenever we were in Johannesburg to watch Firebomb run, it get beat. Louis said, please, the Sukrajas don't even come back Johannesburg. Just punt the horse in Durban.
He didn't want to come to Durban because of what happened at Greyville, and you weren't allowed to go to Joburg. Lovely setup.
Yeah, so, but a very, very good horseman. Louis Cousin is someone genuine. And then we lost some touch in between. But we just joined a syndicate recently called, it's a 10-bar syndicate.
I don't know.
Lovely syndicate he got. 8 horses. Beautiful syndicate, 34,000. And your feed is about 2,000 a month. Beautiful syndicate. So I told my nephew buy in there. So we bought some. And he got 8 horses in the Cape Town sale, which qualified for $1 million. So if one going is fine. You don't have to pay all 8, you know. So, but we'll have fun at Louis. So Louis is back in the camp, but we just bought in his syndicate. And then my other trainers, you know, Craig, Karen, Anthony.
Well, that's now, and so that you had a 3 sort of pronged time in the racing. Now you're back again, and you're back in big time.
Well, you know, we paid a lot of school fees, James. At this game, I don't think one can study this game and just say it's over. That's the books. There's more books are coming out, more books. You only got to look sharp. You know.
But you guys obviously look sharp because you started
but
a business from nothing.
Although we're so sharp, but there's better sharks outside.
Yeah.
You got to watch for those sharks. They can sweet talk you. They got an art of doing it in taking the money out of your pocket. You can't even feel the money came out.
Yeah.
But next
You
you
just got
see,
to feel it come out.
you don't feel. Next you see your trial balance. Hey, James knocked me for 200, man. What the hell? I was never seen the race course yet. You know. So actually, I told my elder brother Ronnie, just step out of the horses because he's too gullible. Anyone go to him, he just want to buy. And obviously, my nephew with the paymasters in this business. So I reckon it's a lot of irritations. We're going to enjoy this game. So I took charge and I gave my nephew Kashmir a directive.
Is Kashmir the punter?
No, Avishkar is the punter.
Okay.
He's a shrewd, he's quiet, you don't lead the horse in.
Yeah.
That's how he punts.
Yeah.
And you all know he punted the horse, you know.
Yeah.
So I told him, I give you a directive, be good to the trainers,
Yeah.
but don't go harass them
Yeah.
with your young blood and attitude. Let me hear the case first, but I want you to be hard with them. Each horse is a cost center, like how you run a business. You open a business today, you got your company documents. So each horse got separate name. It's a company you're running.
Yeah.
If a company is showing losses, you must close it down or sell the company.
Yeah.
So that's how horses. If I feel it's not going right, let's close it, buy next one and try.
Yeah.
Every man's dream to have a Grade 1 winner. So we'll keep trying, you know.
Yeah. But now you've got a few horses. We'll have a look at you sponsored the race day at Young Guns, Asian
Young
Race
Guns.
Racing. How did that come about?
Vikash approached us many months ago and reckon there's something coming up. We'd like to take a sponsorship on the Asian Young Guns. We quickly jumped in. We reckon there's a lot of bigger guys around before they grab it. And it's exciting for the only fact it's Cloud Park closing.
Yeah.
And we want to drop the curtains in style.
Yeah.
You know, farewell to Cloud Park. And I was a bit shocked and surprised why we wasn't in the papers, because we were the main sponsor for the day.
Yeah.
And we took all the silverwares and all the awards.
Yeah.
But hasn't been acknowledged. And Cloud Park is Indian heritage.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I think we did well by closing, greeting farewell for the race course. But we wasn't in the paper. It's fine, which is good. But we won a nice race. And we sponsored the race.
There it is. And, you know, we're just watching Sakania win, and there's going to be the lead in and that. But this must have been very exciting to win on your own day.
Yeah, 100%. We were so excited. And on the Tuesday, I met Akash, and all his lighties were around.
Yeah.
I called each one. I go, now you give me which horse you're going to win. So I'm asking each one. Yeah. But that New Zealand guy was a bit of shrewd, yeah? He's just straight up winning all. Yeah. And you can see he's a good jockey. Yeah. That guy's winning, got about 272 wins to date. Yeah. You know? So, and then Akash said, listen, yeah, I told Akash, listen, yeah, Kenya, you can win the race. Yeah. It loves Clearwood. Yeah. And figure the weight. Yeah. It's 61. Whatever the weight, you lose the race. Yeah. Just ride the horse. Yeah. He said, no, I can see on paper I got a very good chance to win for you. Yeah. So we discussed it the Tuesday, you know. Yeah. So it's a huge thing. It's very exciting because for us, like, to sponsor and win is actually like winning a Grade 1. You know? So it's very thrilling to actually sponsor and win a race. Yeah. So you guys put your money down, sponsored the Young Guns last day, win a race on the day. Yeah. Did you win your own race? I think it was your own race. Yeah. The GoldCircleRacing. We sponsored and we won. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah. Isn't that like a dream? It's very exciting. You know, you can still talk about it, you know, and to me, the record books, but we never see it in the papers. I was shocked about that, you know, because to sponsor and win in the race course, we did it very well. I think the GoldCircleRacing done it in style. Yeah. From all owners. You know, it can be a big name like Eustace or what. We sponsored the day and the course was closing. Yeah. The best farewell to greet was GoldCircleRacing. Yeah. We greeted farewell to Clearwood. That's it. And then we won the Poly. The trial we won. Yeah. First time trial Lord Rose. Yeah. Which hasn't been in the papers. So, and then we won the first race in Langa one at the Poly, a new race course. Yeah. And Shanga, you got the horses with Doug Campbell, haven't you? Doug Campbell, yeah. Gentleman in the game. Lovely man, very good man. Yeah. James, like, coming to Doug, we went to him. Other trainers come sneak around and send the henchmen to come talk to got some horses. You got the, I'm sure you know the business. They don't come direct, you got the henchmen. and Ronnie's so gullible in this game. You only got to tell Ronnie that mother, it won the big July, it won this. That father you must see. Yeah. And you know, every trainer, when they sell your horse, they hand go like this. Yeah. Hey, man, look at that picture. That horse is stunning. Yeah. people getting mad with training. When you come race course, you're looking the other side, where it's coming second last or last. The other side is coming from. So we've been there. So, but we don't keep throwing stones. You know, I rather collect the stones and build a house. So, but we're looking sharp. We are looking sharp. We are cleaning, doing a proper cleanup, and we want to enjoy this game.
And Doug Campbell, do you ever go to the farm? I know he has a big braai, which is fun.
Fantastic function. But it's a gentleman, you know, like at times I do be hard with him, but you look at back, like he had a hard season last year. We had 30 horses running, and Doug, he did well with Kingston Boy, one of the best around so far. And to him, we had 19 winners last year we had, and 32 seconds. Other trainers contributed, like another good horseman is Gart Puller. That's a genius in the game, you know. He understands the business. And with him, the horse is no good, we cut the losses. I want those feedback, you know. So, and we have a lot of trainers. And I want to give other trainers a chance. And like I said, I formed a triangle, meaning where my strength is, with Karen Anthony, Doug Campbell, Frank Robinson. That's my triangle. You know, I had a square before, but I knocked one, two guys out. But around the triangle, I left 1, 2 dots.
A couple of dots in the triangle.
You got to. So I'm prepared, you know, to give other guys a chance. But I want honesty in this game. The game will be, I don't mind buying a horse for 500,000, and we can't run. Fine, let's cut the losses. Because it'll cost me 10,000 a month to feed it.
That's the trouble.
Because buying a horse is just a deposit. You don't even own the horse.
No, that's
because then installments start after hours. People think you buy a horse, that's it. Let's give it to James, let him sort it out, and you go race cost. You don't pay James 4 months, you put the horse in sale.
No, that's right.
When you buy a horse in the sale, that's a deposit.
No, that's quite
it's not even you.
But that's the right way to look at it, and you want a horse to pay for its keep. It must pay its keep.
Yes,
then it's
and like we bought Mr. President, cost us 500,000. Because it costs a lot of money when you keep trying with the horse. But if it comes a time, you can't keep paying feed. And then we've got a captain's flight. Fire Rock is okay, decent horse. Ilanga is decent, Kingston Boy. But we just worry about our big spend. And the big spend, we have no success. With the cheap horses, we can see it.
And Kingston Boy looks like he could be a very good sprinter this year.
It's a very nice horse. I think Doug raced it too quick. And he must come out fresh, you know. And it ran second, third. But Kevin Shea said the horse must come out fresh. And Kevin Shea loved the horse. And Kingston Boy loved Gravel. He actually close his eyes and run you know. And Kevin Shea is the man for that horse. Well,
talk about loving Grable. Yesterday, as close as yesterday, you had a winner, and it was a fantastic winner. So we're going to chat about it because I know the Anthonys very well, and they like a certain type of horse. And this is a typical Anthony horse, Big King, beautiful horse here. Here we'll pick him up here, and he's under pressure on the inside, isn't he? There.
Yeah, I was scared when I watched Anton step back. I reckon what he's up to now, and I thought he'd go in the front, but it wasn't easy.
He's actually a very nice looking horse.
And Anthony loves his horse.
He loves his horse. Well, you can see he gives him a perfect ride. He's placed there on the inside fence. He's the only horse that won down the inside yesterday. So I think this run was full of merit. I really think that it was a really good one.
I think James is a decent horse, you know.
Well, he quickens up here nicely in those nice colours of yours. You were all there at the races?
Yeah, we all.
And how did you get this horse? Because I trained his mother, you know.
We went for the sale 2 years ago at Johannesburg. And I want to support Karen and Craig, you know. I said, no one give them decent horses. Let me go buy some horses for them. So as soon as I walked in, I said, Craig, Karen, please look for a Rebel King. They asked me why. I said, no. I watched Charles Led. These Rebel Kings in Clover Park, they actually walk. Other horses need to race, you know, to catch it. So finally we found it, and Saudi was there. And he reckons it's a nice horse, Pioneer's horse. And we bought a Rebel King, we bought a Go Deputy, and I think we bought a VAR.
Okay.
Bred by Elegate. And Elegate was trained by Karen Anthony.
Very good mare she was.
And then finally, the next sale, she went Cape Town. And, you know, Karen, she liked to go look, you know. And then she found a Captain Elfally, a nice decent one she got there. She got a Black Menelouche. And she got another Rebel King there from Cape Town.
The boys are leading the horse in. There's a lovely horse, lovely big chestnut horse, you know. I know the Anthonys, you know, they're great horse people. They've been show jumpers, very good. Greg was a very good show jumper, and so was Karen. So they rode horses.
No, but a very good family, you know, like, I like this style, you know, like they upfront. And I reckon, let me get them horses and let's build them up, you know.
Yeah.
Well, other trainers they're well off because they got the stock, they can operate.
Yeah.
So I reckon I'm going to be a donor for them, so and support them, you know.
Yeah.
Just build them up.
Which is fantastic for them. You know, little yards need someone that's got some money behind them.
So
Otherwise, they've got no chance.
We put something down, and we're not shy, you know.
No.
I'm saying if any trainer got a decent horse, and we love our colours, whether it's 10%, 5%, 100%, we love our colours.
Yeah.
But think of our colours first, and we don't mind buying in shares. But we want honesty. You know, it's becoming a difficult game for us.
Yeah, sure.
My business is huge.
Yeah.
It's better sitting with those board of directors and going overseas.
You're still in the tyre business?
Well, in the 90s, we were the first Indian-owned band egg.
Yeah.
The late 90s, I like, no man, I'm tired of this game now, let's go do something else. But we went deeper into it, but I sold it. And then we actually involved with Tyre Corporation.
Yeah.
It's a massive tyre company in South Africa. I'm one of the board of directors there.
Yeah.
It's owned by Colin Brown, ex-CEO of Maxi Press.
Okay.
So we joined Alliance.
Yeah.
So it's very, very huge. In the retailing industry and supply in South Africa, we are number one. The distance seconds you'll get, distance mean like 20 lanes back, you'll get the Maxis and other guys are trying. Yeah. Because Colin was very clever, he went through all the mining business, underground mining, and he's supplying tires for the machines. Yeah. Then my core business is ports. Yeah. All the port use tires. Okay. So all specialized. So a normal guy can't get in the business. He don't know how to plot it because it's specialized. Yeah. So we're in a specialist field, and therefore we don't advertise our business. You wonder why the guy don't put in GoldCircleRacing? Why don't put? We have our specialized work. You know, you're going to come to us with a car tire. It's like a nerve-wracking thing for us. Look for a car tire for you. Yeah. But
I don't want a big car like this. But just getting back to the racing, because we've got to wrap this up now. You guys love the racing. You've paid your school fees, and that's now starting to work really nicely for you. Have a horse like Kingston Boy, have a nice couple of horses coming through.
Yeah, definitely. We've got Ilanga, Kingston Boy, we've got Sakanya. Yeah. Our big king landed yesterday. We got some decent stock. Last year we had no stock. Yeah. We just played around with the bits and pieces, and we had 19 wins and 32 seconds. You know, that's good. Yeah. And we're just hoping we can just double the tally because we've got some decent babies coming out. Yeah. And we don't expect all to go to Hollywood. Yeah. But long as we have some fun, you know. You
want to have fun. You want to come to the races. I see all the boys. You've got 3 boys there.
Yeah, and all our family, we're always together. It's, James, if we come to races and we lead them alone home and they pull our sports car out, they go do those funnies and this drugs taking control. Yeah. You like it or not. Yeah. It's full in Malvern, full in Amslanga, full everywhere. So they with us and they enjoy it. So they actually control by us, you know.
Well, all I can say is we wish you the very best of luck, GoldCircleRacing, all you guys, and lots of winners. It's fantastic having you here, Santosh. Thank you very much for joining us. At very short notice, it was great to have you here. And all the best.
And James, we must thank you to invite us. It's a privilege and honor to be in the show. We never expect we'll be sitting here one day, but it happened.
It's our privilege and honor to have you. That's Santosh Sukraj from GoldCircleRacing, and what a team they are, and got some fantastic stories, and they've done it the hard way. They deserve every bit of success they get. Until next week, from me, James Goodman, have a great week's racing.